And now a little segment we like to call My Two Cents. I was in a discussion the other day and the question was asked, how did we get in such a mess as a country? How did we get $17 trillion in debt? Why do we pass bad legislation into law? Bills more than 2,000 pages long that nobody, not even the bill's original author, knows what's in there. After all the revisions and modifications and amendments, we just don't know. And we don't know the unintended consequences. Why do we kowtow to the vocal minority? People that don't represent the feelings of the vast majority of America? Why are we looked upon by the world as weak and vulnerable when once we were one of the world's strongest powers? You don't really have to look very far. In fact, as a society, you only have to look into your own mirror. We are the ones who vote people into office. We are the ones who put people in power. Now here's the truth, and it might sting. Most of us are apathetic, uneducated about the issues, and have little or no idea how our government works, or even better, how it was designed to work. The average American voter goes to the polls like they're voting for the homecoming king, more interested in a candidate's looks or charisma or charm, and maybe to some extent their party affiliation. Now, sad to say, while most of us identify ourselves with one party or the other, most of us have no idea what that party's platform really is. We simply buy into the political rhetoric and mudslinging campaign ads. Our voting is also sometimes driven by greed or fear. As a society, we want our government to take care of us. That is a task for which the government is not equipped, and furthermore, it should not be equipped. The government is not your daddy. They cannot fix your problems, as much as some of us want to believe they can. There is no individual or body that meets in Washington, that meets in Lincoln, that meets in your city hall, who can fix your problems. And if they say they can, they're lying to you. The country and all of its prosperity and all of its greatness was built by investors and inventors and businessmen, and primarily on the backs of hard-working people like you and me. It was not built on endless legislation. In fact, you cannot legislate freedom and prosperity. Legislation, by its very nature, restricts, not promotes. It hinders, not help. You know, they say the definition of insanity is to repeat the same action or behavior and expect a different result. The same is true of what happens in Washington and state houses and city halls all across our nation. Until we as a people put our collective foot down, demand that our government and its endless programs and departments are put in check, until we demand that our lawmakers stop spending money like a 13-year-old with a credit card, until we demand that our voices be heard, then the results will continue to be the same. Now, all of this takes effort from you and from me. It means we have to become educated. We have to know what's going on. It means we have to see through the rhetoric and really search for the truth. But mostly, it means we have to start caring again. And that's my 2 cents.